Brendan, are you a lemon?
What?
Don't worry about it. Be a rosebud. Away!
Hey.
This is the High and Beyond Show.
Hey! Welcome to the revolution. We're taking to the streets today.
I think he's done now. Hello everybody, welcome to another fantastic episode of the High and Beyond Show featuring yours truly, The Punisher. So, just quickly to run down Raw real quick. So a couple of things that we saw was, we saw the New Day being involved in a number one contenders match with the Club and versus Cesaro and Sheamus, which wound up becoming a no contest due to some interference from the New Day, which led to them announcing a triple threat match for the tag team titles the following week on Raw, which that Raw is basically the last Raw before they supposedly break the demolition streak. Now, this could go one of two ways. They could either break the streak, or they could have them drop the titles. More likely they could drop the titles and beg for a rematch at Roadblock, but who the hell knows anymore? It's so hard to predict what they're doing with their tag title storylines, so we'll just wait and see how it plays out. Then you also see Roman Reigns take on Chris Jericho, and then you also see some friction between Jericho and Kevin Owens during the night of Raw, where Jericho keeps telling I don't need you during the match, but later on when Roman went to go fight Jericho for the US title, Kevin Owens comes out there and still gets involved in the match after Jericho told him to stay out of the match, which led to Roman getting the W. Now here's an interesting food for thought, is that Roman is supposed to face Kevin Owens at Roadblock. Now this could go one of two ways. Either they could fake the tension between them two and then say like this was a joke all along, or they can play along with it and have Jericho cost Owens the belt, which I could see it happening, but I'm not sure how that's going to go down. I wouldn't mind seeing Roman being the Universal Champion, but I do want to see Finn Balor get a longer title reign versus him having to drop the belt so quickly, unfortunately due to injuries, so we'll see how this plays out. I would like to see Finn get into the Royal Rumble and winning the Royal Rumble to cash it at WrestleMania for him to get his real chance at the Universal Championship. Now, on to the women's really quickly. I'm going to vent this a little bit because this bothers me some. Last week, Mick Foley said, okay, let's end the rivalry with a real ending to the match between the both of you, which, of course, we all saw Sasha get the W over Charlotte. But then, the following week, Sasha addresses Charlotte's tweet from Twitter by saying, okay, you'll have her rematch at Roadblock, but in a 30-minute Iron Women match. My only question is, why is this feud still going on? The past 6 months, including July, all we've been seeing is Sasha, Charlotte, the title switching back and forth. But 2 weeks before that, after Survivor Series was all said and done, Sasha told Nia Jax, after I win the title, I'll be facing you next. So what they do, just neglect between what Foley said and what Sasha said to Nia Jax and just give her the rematch at Roadblock? The one thing I can say is even whoever wins this match at Roadblock, just please end the feud for the love of God. They do put on great matches, but I want to see something different for the two women, especially if Bayley can fight Charlotte and Nia Jax can fight Sasha after Roadblock. But either way, just have them go 2 different paths on Raw because I just want them to move on from this feud. Alright, now that Raw is done over with, now it's time for...
Are you a lemon, my friend?
I'm not a lemon!
Too bad. Be a rosebud. Welcome to SmackDown. After an explosive TLC, which was good, it was actually pretty good to watch, and now we went on to SmackDown, which was a great follow-up. Starting off the night with the fact of AJ Styles coming out letting you know he defended his WWE Championship, but with the battle scars, he has a boot on his foot. Well, of course, that was going to happen when we come out of the TLC match facing Dean Ambrose of all people. Ellsworth came out. Ellsworth tried to state his play. He's trying to just say, hey AJ, I'm ready to fight you. I know I can beat you because with my 2 hands I can win the championship. Just to find out afterwards, Ellsworth's not going to have the match. He's just going to sit there and wallow for the fact that Dean Ambrose came out and dropped him with a dirty deeds. just for what he deserved for messing him up in that ladder match. I hope you guys agree, because I do agree with that. Next up, we had the rematch from TLC for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton taking on Heath Slater and Rhino. Now, to me, I have actually felt like I've hated when WWE's done this for a while, especially before the whole new era bullshit. That pretty much, hey, we're not going to keep doing the same thing that we did before, but you're repeating the same match from that night for what? I understand, yes, there's supposed to be a rematch clause, but you're going to at least save it for the next pay-per-view. I mean, you had every other rivalry stretching out. You could stretch out this one. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm ranting. But Wyatt family came out with the win, and with breaking news, turns out the Wyatt family is invoking the Freebirds rule, which is the fact that now, just like the New Day on Raw, the Wyatt family can defend the title between Luke Harper, Randy Orton, and Bray Wyatt, which to me is a very dangerous option. Because I can already imagine when Luke Harper and Randy Orton start working together. It's gonna be awesome. Next up, we were supposed to have a match with Natalya taking on Carmella, but after Carmella's comments from TLC exposing the fact that Natalya is the one who beat up Nikki Bella and kept her out of Survivor Series matchup, Natalya didn't like that too much, so she ran out to the ring and started to pound on Carmella a bit, just to get into a little scrappy brawl. They ran to the back, and all of a sudden, it's the stare down. Natalya and Nikki Bella. And of course, Natalya tried to please her way through, saying it's not me, don't believe her, she's a liar. And of course, Nikki Bella walks off into the sunset. Can we see a rivalry between these two? Most likely, yeah, because I believe Natalya attacked Nikki Bella. No one believes that as anybody else. I mean, come on now, there's not that much on the SmackDown roster. There's only one other person, and I truly don't believe Raw will waste their time attacking somebody, even though they still won the match regardless. Fuck somebody for sure. Next up, we had a little, cool down match. The Hype Bros taking on the Ascension. The Ascension, they're trying to make them look a little bit more, post-apocalyptic. I don't think it's working out. Ascension been falling since they came around, but I understand the revamp, and I kind of hope it works out. But the Hype Bros, they came out strong, and they came out with the win. I've been a fan of Hype Bros for a while, especially Mojo Rawley. I've been a fan of him since he first debuted in NXT, because the fact that he's just so hyped. He reminds me of Road Warrior in a little kiddish way, I'll admit that. If Road Warrior was still a kid, that's Mojo Rawley. That's the hype man. Then we cut on to a special news of Miz TV with special guest Dean Ambrose. And it was the typical Miz TV thing. You come onto the show, Miz start messing with you, start picking at your brain, letting you know, Dean, how do you feel about James Ellsworth doing this, doing that, knowing that you can't get the title now for a while. And of course it broke out to a fight, not even a fight, just a little argument that led out to Daniel Bryan coming out and announcing that tonight's main event will be The Miz taking on Dean Ambrose, and The Miz will be defending his Intercontinental Championship after defending it on TLC. Can we say jealousy? I say drama. All I'm waiting for at this point is Daniel Bryan to get that clearing message that he can just come back and wrestle. Because I truly don't believe he's fully retired. I hope y'all don't believe he's fully retired, because I want Daniel Bryan to come back. Next up, we had another rematch from TLC. There's a lot of rematches. Yeah, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all for the rest of this review. SmackDown was pretty much a recap of TLC, but just put into wrestling form. Let's just go with that. So, next up, we had a rematch from the Cheers match. Baron Corbin taking on Kalisto. Pretty much Baron Corbin win, moving on. Next up, we had Chad Gable taking on Tyler Breeze. This match was good, it kept rivalries looking good, looking fresh, because I wasn't really thinking it was going to do anything with Breezango, but they're pretty entertaining. Much better than Ascension. So the match was pretty good, not too much to really say about it. Chad Gable being Chad Gable, which was awesome. Finished the match out in a German suplex, bridging pin, awesome. So, American Alpha, I'm pretty sure that y'all next. Y'all next to come for these titles. Just don't fail now. Don't fail. Next up, we had Alexa Bliss coming out for a celebration from winning her championship over at TLC. And Becky Lynch coming out to interrupt it. Becky Lynch coming out with a strong speech letting her know, hey, I messed up. But I'm here to let you know I'm ready to come back for this title anytime you want. So, coming soon, these two will go at it again. And I know I talk my mess about Alexa, but I'll say, yeah, give her a chance. See if it works out. If you don't work out after the first defense, you better get it back to Becky pretty soon, you know what I'm saying? And last but not least, finishing off the night, we have had the Intercontinental Championship match between Dean Ambrose and The Miz. The match was actually pretty good. This is why I keep saying The Miz is meant to be in the world title picture. The Miz has actually stepped up his game being a heel, and I just see him getting better and better to where being a mid-card is not for him. SmackDown needs more in a roster so they can move Miz up to the main event spot, because you don't have much main eventers at this point, and a lot of your main eventers are doing little things, so why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? But yeah, the match was pretty awesome. I'm sorry if I sound pretty dull about this SmackDown, but this is pretty much how I feel when you come after a pay-per-view. With WWE's tight schedule of what they've been doing a lot, it's pretty much typical of what happens after every pay-per-view is going to be just another recap show, just a few bit of wrestling here, a few bit of wrestling here. But it's what we like, especially as a wrestling fan, you'll keep to it. But let me get back to this main event match. You know, I'm going so off topic right now. Main event match was nice. It was very competitive, and of course, Dean Ambrose was like he was going to get the win. Till good old James Ellsworth decided to show his ugly face again. And you know what he did? Cost Ambrose another title. That's 2 titles in 1 week that James Ellsworth decided to cost Dean Ambrose. Now, I hate to say it, but I feel like The Miz might have been right, because earlier on, Miz was saying to Dean Ambrose, maybe this is what you get for bringing this guy around just to be a tool to mess with AJ Styles. Because now at this point, he's the tool that's fucking you over for title shots over and over again. Over and over again. And I can just see it again. Honestly, I don't know where they're going to go with this. James Ellsworth, you're a piece of slime to the SmackDown roster. You're an embarrassment to wrestling. Please descend, because you are a lemon. And you will not continue to be a lemon in my field of rosebuds. Sorry if I went a little bit off there, you know, got a rosebuds in my head. So, this has been the High and Beyond show. I hope you guys enjoyed this week. I'm sorry this week seems a little dolled out. Punisher's not really feeling good under the weather right now. Me, myself, I've been kind of worried out, as well as wrestling been pretty much the same of what you see. But, as wrestling fans, we make it through. We handle this, and we will make it to the end. So, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and just know, this is the High and Beyond show. Take it easy.